So yeah, I'm going to speak about the Hunters Watch, which is the most important project developed by Fundación Artemisan, my organization. It is a project we are investing more time and more resources. So we are a private non-profit organization formed by different organizations and individuals that are all related to wildlife and game conservation in Spain. We work at an international level, but we work mainly in Spain. There is a board of trustees who take the decisions on the strategy, on the activities, and there are 3 departments: legal defense, research, and communication. I am the director of the research department. So what is this Hunters Watch, the Observatorio Cinegético, as we say in Spanish? Well, it is a citizen science project aiming hunters and managers to gather data on game species. So it's very much related to other schemes like the Partridge Count scheme, the National Game Bag Census from the United Kingdom, systems developed by the Office Français de la Biodiversité, and for example, the monitoring of, for example, the woodcock hunters. So it's very much related in previous systems in which hunters and game managers are the main stakeholders. So why we have done this project? And the question is game species monitoring mandatory in Spain? Well, just to give you some figures, as you know, Spain works like a federal republic. We have 17 regions, and in each region the system can change. In each hunting ground, must be a hunting management plan. There's a record of the yearly game bag data, mandatory in all regions. Joseph van der Stegen mentioned that before. But yearly game count data, survey about game, is not mandatory in all regions. So it's mandatory the game bag, what it is hunted, but not what is in the field. Then counting, monitoring is highly variable among hunting grounds, even within the same region, depending on the resources of that hunting ground. Some will have good data, but others sometimes will have no data about the wildlife they have. It is true, however, that disease control in game meat is mandatory in Spain before commercialization. So those animals that are going to be eaten and commercialized, it is a very good control on them. Why this was started? If there are other monitoring projects by other organizations, also by the policymakers. Well, the main reason is because there are still many gaps that needs to be filled in hunting grounds, in private and social hunting grounds, but many of them in private grounds. So we understand that this is a very good opportunity to get more knowledge, to get that wide range of data, which will benefit everybody. Of course, there are some species which are now under a little bit of trouble, like the turtle dove. There's a hunting moratorium in Western Europe. Red partridges, a very important game bird in Spain and Portugal, is decreasing. So those concerns about the fate of these species and hunting also have motivated the people to do something, to be active. And we understand and we are led to believe that improving game monitoring by hunters will lead to a brighter future. So if they are involved, we will have good data, and then we will be able to make very good decisions. This project always thinks first on the hunters, on the game managers, on the people who are in the ground. I enjoy that what Diana said about the extreme citizen science, because we have a wide range of people participating in this project with different education levels. But we think first on them, not in a research interest. It's important, of course, we have to publish results, but we think first on them. We developed the system thinking on hunters and on those species, on the periods of time where they can be detected and monitor. So they are invited to take part, depending on their interest, depending, of course, on the species they have on the ground. That we designed everything thinking on them, and this is citizen science, so it has to be easy for those who participate. It is based, as you can imagine, in a mobile phone connected. They have a web page, they have their space where they can check their results. Okay, so very easy, dead easy, I would say. We of course teach them how these have to be done. Of course, always only count what you see during the counter you're doing, not if you see some partridges the day before or the week after. Choose a transect, choose a date, repeat every year, be systematic. In the absence of rain, wind, or fog or snow, if you can use binoculars, but it's not mandatory, and always stick to a square grid where all the counts should be done, and then we can compare. That's our unit of analysis. At the end of the day, the hunting ground can see, of course, its results, the volunteer and 2 people from Fundación Artemisan, but the information at I would say regional, national level, it's made public. Okay, so that is very important. Nobody's going to know that in a specific hunting ground they have this number of partridges, of deer, whatever. So this is very, very important. We do a lot of efforts regarding to communication. Already has been discussed. So we need them to understand why it is important what they do, what are the results. We meet many people. We like to spend time with them. We think it is crucial because it's a way of let them participate and believe in the project. But there are problems. There are problems. So sometimes we are not welcome. So the classic that when we are speaking, not only in private land, actually, sometimes in social grounds that can happen. So yeah, you are not welcome. We don't want you to be here for any reason. Previous bad experiences with other systems. Of course, problems with technology. That's quite common when you develop a mobile phone application or a program. That can happen. That is why it's so important testing everything before. But problems are always there, and you need to be ready for solving those problems and helping the people. It can be sometimes desperate, and sometimes people participate and they don't find this useful, or they don't they think this this is what else is new. So they don't understand why this is important. These are some of the reasons why sometimes we are not welcome on their land. So summing up, sometimes there's problems of lack of confidence. Why others should know about my game and wildlife. Sometimes there are technical problems. I struggle with I'm running out of battery. That's a very convenient moment. Thank you, Sophie. Technical problems. I struggle with mobile phones and applications. Then null surveys. So they go to the field, but they don't see anything or what they expected. That's a data as well, a result, 0. And on the other hand, we need more volunteers because we would like to have at least 1,000 grids surveyed for each campaign. And some people wonder, well, if your data is not going to take into consideration, what's the point? So that's something we need to work. But the other side of the coin, in 2.5 years, 3 years, we have more than 600 active volunteers. Active, I mean that they regularly do the counts. We have more than 3,500 surveys, valid surveys, because we check the surveys. Not all of them are valid. And we have covered overall 925 grids, but overall, not in each of the campaigns. And people are quite motivated, to be honest, even with the species which are at the moment not hunted, like the turtle dove. This is the results of the campaign for this season. So it's a good number of counts, but we need more. We would like to get into double the number of, for example, for the turtle dove. And we are already playing with the data because we want to calculate, of course, the density, the trends, even if we have been only running for almost 3 years. The good news is that the people are already improving the management decisions at local scale. So they are taking into account these data about hunting, about management. That is great news. And summing up, there is a great involvement of hunters, especially hunters federations. They believe in the project. We have already reached an acceptable number of volunteers in a brief period of time, despite COVID. That was quite a big challenge. The number of valid service is increasing, and yeah, the volunteers are using the mobile phone application to make this, to take these decisions. As we have said, even people over 80 years old, they are using the mobile phone. So it's quite, we're quite impressed, to be honest. And this is an ongoing project. So the application is regularly updated and incorporates suggestions from volunteers. This is quite nice. The people contact you. I think you should improve this, change that. That is great. And well, we already got support from policymakers, and we already got support from the Spanish Ministry of Agriculture Affairs, because they believe in this project. What is the conclusion? And I finish with this slide. We think that the key is to make them feel that it is your project, folks. Okay, it's our project. It's Fundación Artemisan, it's the Spanish Hunters Federation, it's all the supporters, blah blah blah. But it is your project. So we definitely believe that that is the key if we want this to keep growing, and of course if we want to make a difference in the future for the sustainable management of game species and other wildlife. Well, this is the end of my presentation.